Hey, how's it going, everybody? So this race is the NCCX Race 3 in Raleigh. It took place on October 20th of 2019. This was the first race that I raced in the series, and I'd say that this is my first real cyclocross race. I've done one before, but the conditions were dry and the course was pretty fast. So I don't want to count that one as a real cyclocross race because every video you see on YouTube, all the races are muddy, they're awful conditions. And this fit that criteria. The night before, it was super rainy, and that morning it was rainy too. So I woke up and inspected the course, and I was like, I really don't know if I want to participate in this race. It seems awful conditions. So I actually decided to do this race about an hour before the start, which was crazy for me, but I was like, you know what? We got to go out there. We got to try it. We got to give it a shot. But it was a really fun course. The course was about 1.51 miles long with a total elevation gain of 45 feet. That's at least what it says on Strava. The total elevation gain after I took my total and of course divided it by the number of laps, it seems that it came out to about 70 feet of elevation gain per lap. So it could be 45, could be 70. You know, Garmin's are never 100% correct. Is Strava? We don't know. Let the debates happen, but it was a really fun course. You can see all the puddles and mud everywhere. I mean, the only real good sections on the course were the road parts. Everything else was pretty much swampy. And you can probably hear my disc brakes rubbing, just all the mud in there. I felt like every time I picked up my bike and ran it, it just put on 5 to 10 pounds more. I mean, it was pretty muddy. It probably didn't feel that much, but the bike kept getting heavier and heavier the more exhausted I got. But it made for a great cyclocross race. As you can see, some people are running their bikes. I think that was the right mentality for the start of the race, just because it became so congested and people are slowing down to get in the turn so they don't have to get off their bike. I feel like if I just picked up the bike and ran, I probably could have passed a few people instead of slowing down through the turns. I have some friends and my girlfriend standing to the side right here. It was crazy to me to see how the cyclocross course, it just disoriented me. I couldn't tell. It seemed like they were walking back and forth to different spots on the course to see me, but all they were really doing was standing there and then just turning around to see another portion of the course. And another thing is, like, you might start out strong, and unless you're in the top, I'd say 5 to 10, you really have no idea what place you are. The very first cyclocross race that I did, I thought I was top 20, top 15, I don't know, like, it was really hard to tell. I think I finished like 22nd or 24th or something like that. I might have even done worse, I don't know, but it's kind of crazy how it works. So if you've never done a cyclocross race, go out and do one. It's a lot of fun, it's a lot of mayhem. It's very disorienting the first few times you do it, but you'll get the hang of it. I mainly do cyclocross racing through the winter just to stay on my fitness a little bit, get my heart rate up, but also to work on my handling skills. And that's a huge key factor in winning just about any race, especially if you are looking to get into gravel races or anything like that. If you're a mountain biker, you will have a huge advantage in cyclocross. Actually, one of my friends that I got to reconnect with during this race, I went to high school with him. He has been racing mountain bikes, and he came out and killed it and actually won this race. So shout out to Dylan. You're a beast. I'm definitely not on your level, but he actually won a few races and got to category 3, I think, this year. So he's going straight beast mode, so good for him. But yeah, it's just swamp. It's an absolute mess out there. I'm using my Fuji Jari 1.5. If you've seen the last video, you know that that is my gravel bike. It has the flare bars. I am riding 35 Gravel Kings, or it might be 33 Gravel Kings, and I don't really know what the best choice for this race was. I mean, when it gets really swampy, I don't really know what to do. You don't really have, I have the clearance because of the gravel bike, but when it comes to tire choice, I don't know. I have no idea. I know that some videos I've seen for like dirty cans and stuff, when it's like that red clay mud, people prefer slicks, but slicks may have been the right call for this. I don't know. Give me some feedback and let me know what you guys think on what tires I should be riding. I feel like as soon as you start getting around the baseball fields, there was just a ton of running going on, a bunch of people getting stuck. Yeah, you try to get momentum up that hill and you just come to an absolute halt. And it's not really worth it to keep just stomping through it because you're just going to burn so much energy. I think it's best to get off your bike and run it to conserve some energy. And I learned that in this race, you'll see a little later, but I think I'm way better at getting off the bike and running it past people than I am biking past people, which is, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, especially in cyclocross when it is mainly biking, but I have some legs on me, so I think I was probably a natural born runner, but getting into the cycling game, it's been a huge blast and a lot of fun. I've learned a lot about myself through this cyclocross season. One of the best things about cyclocross is that no matter what you wear, it's going to get muddy and it's going to make for some great pictures after the race. And the vibe is way different than any other race I've participated in. No gravel event, no crit, no road race, no anything will compare to just the people cheering and like people handing out cookies and drinks and whatever on the side of a cyclocross race. It's just an absolute blast. And you can see it's so easy to lose momentum. I mean, if you don't take the right line like I just did and you hit a dip and it just sucks the speed right out of you, it is so easy to lose your speed. Oh, getting shoulder to shoulder. Getting him out of the way. Improving my position. So if I'm not mistaken, I think that guy that just went off to the side, I think he actually rolled over his tire, like his tube popped out and his tire popped off the rim, which is a horrible way to go out, especially on the first lap of the race, but things happen. I mean, what can you do, especially in a race? So now we are coming up to the first, well, I guess the only big hill in the race. I mean, it's a pretty decent hike up. So this is what I was saying is I was so disoriented, like my friends and girlfriend were right there and they just turned around. I thought they were walking. I actually grabbed a cookie and started to try to eat it, but I didn't have any saliva, I guess, so I couldn't digest it, so I had to spit it out. Coming back on the road, about to finish up lap 1. My heart rate, 182, 183. I'm hurting. I got to get it back down so I can keep going, but I'm sure I'm sucking wind right now because that's not good for me. This part just took out so many people. I mean, there were people crashing left and right. There was people getting flats. There was people having to get off their bike because they lost momentum and having to run the bike. I learned that move pretty quick about unclipping and using your leg off to balance in this race because going around those corners with the mud, it was super easy just to flip on your side, which I think I got a few on camera too. There was just people going down. Also, I am selling cyclocross shirts and hats on my Etsy store, so I'll put the link in the description below, but check it out, see if you like it, and if you want it personalized, let me know. I can make some of those too, but yeah, check out the Etsy shop for more than that. We got some pretty cool stuff on there. Just more running through treacherous mud. I thought he was going to get it. I thought he was going to go all the way. Oh. That's another thing. It's so hard to unclip and step. Oh! Annihilated. Finish him. So my friend Bill, he was like, I heard him in the race be like, "Run, Elijah, let's go!" And then I was, and he was like, "Holy crap, he's doing it!" So thanks, Bill. Thanks for the motivation. I'm glad I could surprise you through this race of my running abilities and not my biking abilities. We're going to be coming up on the end of this race. Thank you all for checking out the video. Like and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to keep pushing up old race footage with voiceovers, so if you enjoyed it, like and subscribe, turn on your notifications so you can get notified when I release the next one. And I hope you enjoyed this video. It's been a blast to review these, and I hope you guys enjoy. With no energy left, finishing at 22 out of 39, your boy, who's exhausted. At least my heart rate's down, 106, but I have nothing left to give, so. That was pretty good for a first cyclocross race through mud, so cheers.